Welcome back. You're still watching Business Incorporated on Channels Television. Well, the controversy about open grazing and the confinement of cattle herdsmen to restricted areas is raging. Notwithstanding, the Amalgamated Union of Foodstuff and Cattle Dealers of Nigeria has threatened to cut off the supply of cattle to the southern part of the country. This is following a similar threat that we discussed on Tuesday by Opman. Lagos is estimated to consume 6,000 heads of cattle daily and boast of 16 abattoirs. Juliet Adenuga, Head Treasury and Financial Institutions at Financial Derivatives Company, joins us now to talk about the possible implication of this line of action. Good afternoon once again. Thank you for joining us, Juliet.
Good afternoon, Ine. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So what are the immediate and wider implications of the proposed boycott of the southern markets on already the price of beef is selling at 2,200 per kilo, is now up 29.4%. It used to be 1,700 this time last year. What are some of those implications at this time?
Well, the union actually gave the federal government just 3 weeks to tidy up the challenges they face in transporting cattle to the southern part of the country. They are usually exploited, causing the landing cost of cattle and also their profit to be eroded. So they gave the government an ultimatum to do something about that, or they'll cut off supply. This will have, if they make do their promise or their threats, is that there's going to be a shortage in the supply of meat. Even in anticipation already, meat sellers and cattle owners that are already on ground might easily want to start hoarding, beef and begin to increase the price. But I know that in the short run, once this happens and there is a shortage in supply, the price of beef is going to go up from the 2,200 naira per kilo that is going at. And if it continues for a while, people might tend to begin to look for other substitutes. But we will have to understand that this picture is not something that is supposed to be permanent. It's supposed to be for a while, and it's supposed to ease out. And if it eases out after a while, there will be an influx back into the market, bringing down the price of beef once again.
Okay, but let's try to understand consumer behavior and the way they will react to this. We see the price of substitutes have already gone up. Fish, chicken, turkey, they've already soared to an average of 41%. On the other hand, you also have some consumers who are taking to dieting or being more health conscious. So when we look at these two scenarios, what should we expect from this threat?
Nigerians are becoming more aware of the health implications of eating a lot of red meat because of the cholesterol, cholesterol level in it, because of the impact it has on other things like diabetes, how it, hastens or strengthens diabetic conditions or other hypertensive, issues. So most Nigerians, you notice, a lot of Nigerians, are tending to being vegetarians. Some people are combating their health issues with, exercising more. Some people are also taking medication, while some people, just the way they prepare is what makes them take care of that cholesterol intake. I think that presently, with the issue on ground about meat and the price increase, the substitute is supposed to be the alternative for the consumer. Because normally when the price of a particular good increases to a point of not being affordable, or even before then, the best thing a consumer does, or the best option to a consumer, is to look for an alternative. But now the alternatives are even more expensive to reach or to get. I think that Nigerians are left with no option than to either continue consuming meat and managing the health implication by either way, or cutting off meat entirely. But I don't think the problem of Nigerians is in terms of portion control of animal protein. I think their main challenge is the affordability. So with not being able to afford it is even the first concern that should be in the picture. Before you talk of the price of substitutes. Substitutes are more expensive. And to look at is even afford it in the first place. Is it too expensive for them? But I don't see any threat to coming on the demand for beef, because people can have other ways of handling the challenges associated with it that is health related. They can grill to remove the cholesterol. They can also exercise to balance their pH level. They can also take medication. So I think that with the price of substitutes being so up there, people might still remain with meat and handle the challenges any way best they can think of doing it.
And in the midst of these squabbles, the one from the Onion Marketers Association and now from the meat, what's the country losing? And how do you see a permanent solution to all of this?
Okay, on the issue of what's happening with the onion and then now the cattle issue, the first thing is that we are losing income. Agriculture contributes about 22% to the GDP of Nigeria. And with what's happening now, northern onion farmers have already started complaining about the loss they've started incurring since Monday. Now, onion, we know, is about 86% water. It's very perishable. Most of the onion not, moved to the other regions of the country for consumption have started decaying. And we know that we don't have very good storage facilities in the country. So the first challenge is that there's going to be loss of income to the federal government's coffers, even to the farmers. It can run some people out of business. Some farmers might, their income might be totally eroded by what is happening now. And if that happens, that means that some farmers will have to close down shop. And the people that are employing will not be able to have any job to do. This can lead to increase in crime as people are looking for a way of survival. It affects the investors' confidence. In short, it erodes, because if we see what's happening, people won't be encouraged to go into farming. You are not even sure that when you finish farming, you will still be able to sell and make your profit out of it. There is no farmer that goes into the business just to lose at the end of the day.
All right.
The implication is.
Thank you so much, Juliet. Thank you so much, Juliet, for sharing your thoughts with us on this threat to our food supply. Well, we're moving on now.